We are from Africa, Europe and Asia, North and South America, and Australia. From all the islands, from all the seas, yes, the roots and branches of one tree.
Ever wonder why some people communicate differently than others?
Yeah.
Have you ever asked someone a question and received an answer that didn't make too much sense?
Yeah.
Or even tried to be helpful with someone by sharing information with them only to get a less than warm response?
Yeah.
There are a ton of reasons as to why people have issues communicating with each other. We are going to share with you all 2 reasons as to why Homo sapiens have issues communicating with other Homo sapiens.
One of the obvious reasons for poor communication between people is that we are comprised of men and women who, according to several relationship experts, are as different as the planets Mars and Venus. We all may have the same visceral needs and wants, but the mental wiring of men and women are uniquely different from each other. And according to psychologists and relationship experts from around the world, men and women have to constantly work on their communication skills to have harmonious and loving relationships with each other. It doesn't stop there though. Superstar Dutch social psychologist Gert Hofstede expounds even more on this concept with his masculinity femininity cultural dimension, explaining that the specific cultures themselves express the roles that men and women should serve through education, in schools, the media, and by the families themselves. It even explains how men and women are expected to dress, think, and behave. For example, certain masculine cultures around the world, like the Middle East, frown upon men staying at home taking care of the family while the wives are out working to support them. On the other hand, Thailand, being a very feminine culture, has fluid gender roles where women are allowed to either stay at home or work freely.
Reason number 2 is culture. Depending on where you live, you may be confronted with people from a variety of different ethnic backgrounds and cultures. Cities like Miami, New York, Los Angeles, and New Orleans are metropolises with people from different cultures from around the world. Hofstede expounds even further in his individualism, collectivism, cultural dimension. And we are so glad he did because this particular dimension explains so much as to why there could be a lot of mishaps in communicating with people of not only the opposite sex, but the same sex, the elderly, children, and even their pet parrots too.
Collectivism and individualism. You may be wondering what individualistic and collectivistic cultures are.
Yes!
Well, wonder no further. Individualistic cultures, like the USA, Canada, Australia, England, Denmark, and Norway, have a tendency to emphasize individual goals over group goals. They also foster independence and individual achievements, and they promote individual ownership and choice. Individualism teaches one to focus on accomplishing and pursuing the desires of oneself versus working as a team with one's family to accomplish and satisfy the group goals. However, the drawbacks to individualism are that people are more prone to avoiding sacrifices, are not as united with their families, and put their own desires and needs above their overall goals of the group. On the other hand, collectivistic cultures, like most Middle Eastern, Latin, and Asian countries, have a proclivity towards fostering interdependence, promote respect for authority, group ownership, and encourage harmony within relationships. In collectivistic cultures, families have a tendency to provide and take care of each other, as well as work as a team. Unfortunately, there are drawbacks to the amount of intimacy that people can experience in collectivistic societies due to lack of privacy between loved ones. In addition to this, individuals grow up to be more dependent on their families, and this reduces their ability to be self reliant and independent in their endeavors.
Wow, that was a lot of neat information, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, we were just scratching the surface because Mr. Hofstede has 3 more cultural dimensions that we didn't even really talk about. We know, you must be dying to find out what the other 3 dimensions are, but you're gonna have to wait till our next video.